All right. Okay, so I have there's gonna be more lag than I was expecting, but I think we can finally I'm done procrastinating. I need to get to actually building our weekly build. And I think we're gonna do a windmill. Well, I mean, I don't think that's what I've put in. That's what I've put in the thing. So we got to build ourselves a windmill. I thought about putting it up behind close to here just because I thought it would look nice, right next to here and behind the greenhouse, but I don't think so. I think I would much rather put it over here, closer to the actual fields, or even right here, straight across from the actual house. The only other place I would think of would be right here in this area. I think that would be good because it would put something on the other side of the road. Yeah, it would put something on the other side of the road and add some height to this area. And then I can make this put a road around it. That could work. That could work. So we're gonna grab we're gonna grab some red concrete. Ooh, we're gonna need our grass block as well. And we need to get into it. So, wait a second. Oh, right. That is how that works. All right. So now we'll just burn everything to the ground because I can. It's fine. See, it's fine. And really, that's all I need to burn. Just let whatever's gonna burn, burn. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I have enjoyed doing the streaming. You know, even when there's nobody watching, I've enjoyed it because it means that I can, build the thing and still, in a way, be like, ah, I can explain my build progress or, the build process of why I decide to do certain things. I don't know, but it does lag. It lags a lot. Oh no, it's lagging. I told. I don't know why I'm suddenly lagging. I haven't had any issues. Let me see here. There we go. What does this do? Oh, no data. See what that does. Oh, this is some malarkey. You know what would help if I would actually run, I completely forgot. If I would actually run the Ethernet cable. Oh, I completely forgot I was gonna do that before stream. It'd be okay. It'd be fine. I mean, it's not been fine, but it'd be fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's okay. Get out of here. Go. Get, get, go. There we go. Now that clears up all of that. I might need to break some of those trees down, but for now, I think we're gonna make ourselves right about here. Yeah, that's a good spot. Now, like, how big do I want to make? It doesn't have to be big because this is not a very big, this isn't a very big farm. I don't know what that's gonna look like as far as actually, I think it'll be okay. three, four, five. One. All right, I messed something up. 2, 3, 4. Ah, that was the problem. All right, I think that might actually be too big though. Okay, so three's a little bit small. Five's too big. Five may only be too big because that's how I did it. 2, 3, 4, 5. But if I only did five, there we go. That might be a more appropriate size. Yes, that is a much more appropriate size, I think. However, I want to bring it over a little bit. Oh, that's there we go. I think that's going to be a good size. I don't want it to be too big, but I also don't want it to be too small, you know? This is a small farm, but it also needs to be big enough for fields. I think this is going to end up being the entrance. We definitely need. Let's follow in with the tough blocks. You know, we've already got a little bit of a palette over here. So let's stick with our palette. And I think here, 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 and then here would have been, no, here would have been that pillar. But we're also going to put pillars like this, I think. So that way we can have that open right there like that. Hmm. No, I think honestly, yeah, let's open it like that. We'll do it like this. We'll do like this. Let's do it like this. I'm trying to do something different from like every time I do something like this, I'm sitting here like I want to do something that's not something that I would immediately want to go for. I'm trying because this is such. You know, this is I haven't built something like this before, so I'm trying to challenge myself to do something that seems a little bit more out of the box. And in that case, I'm actually going to come up to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Was it 8? 8 seems like it would be alright. Yeah, 8 would be okay. Be like 8 like that. And then what if I got four? Um, 4. Yeah, so if we did like this, do 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. That, and then so that'll bring it up to 9. 2, 3, 4, 8. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so that's a little bit different from what I had originally planned, but that is okay. Now we're gonna come up with this. We're gonna do like this, I think. And then where is I used oat. I used oat. So what if we did like that for the oat? Though I'm thinking we could come up like this. Um, do like this, like that. I don't know how, like, I'm experimenting. I don't know. I'm trying to remind myself that this is supposed to be a windmill. I'm not building a castle. I'm trying to build a windmill. Huh. Wait. 4, 4. Huh. I did not count that right. Like that. This is gonna look so out of place right here, but then again, this isn't meant. That is not. That is way. That's gonna end up way too tall for a cute little windmill. I think this would be really cool if I was trying to build just like a random, something random where I was trying to build a windmill close to a I'm gonna remind myself that's the corner. If I was trying to build a giant windmill, this would be pretty cool, but I'm gonna sit here and get way too intimidated if I'm trying to build something that I've never built before and build it giant. Which, to be fair, it's not really that big, or it really wouldn't end up being in the grand scheme of things that great or that big. But I want something that looks like it could fit in with a farm. So I could use this kind of big design for another build, but for this one, I think I could just scale it down. Because I don't want something that's going to take me forever to build either. Because I already know that I'm going to have to try to figure out how to build this shape. Um, 3, 4. We're going to come back to this shape. You know what? I think I'm going to try 4. You know what? I think 4 is going to be the perfect. So if I go up by 3, let me grab that real quick so I don't have anything growing in here. Ooh, wait a minute. Ooh, I just realized that. Ooh, no, that's not good. It's gonna have to be an odd number. gotta be an odd number so I can get the middle looking good. Because then that becomes the center. Yeah. Okay. I think I can make this work. It's surprising how cutting off the edge chunks. It's interesting how just making it not. There we go. Yeah. It like I said, like I was saying, it's interesting how making it not have that weird corner edge. We're gonna round off the corners there just a bit, I think. Um, you know what? I was using the wrong corner bits, and I think I'll use these for these corner bits. There we go. That's nice. Five. We could do that, or we could continue on with some more stone. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've never built a thing like this before, and it shows. You know what? I'm gonna look up a windmill. I need a reference, please. I thought I knew what a windmill looks like. You know what? I could legitimately just build the one from Stardew Valley. Oh no, that's a mod. Okay, okay. So after a little bit of deliberation, I think I was on the right track. I actually do think that I was on a decent track. And then one, two, three. You know what? Right here, I think is where we can come out with this part. And we're just going to bring it up as just a big old box for now. And we'll bring it out further and detail it and whatnot here in a second. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Interesting. We can do like the wind, the wind details. There we go. So we do like that, and then we move back up here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now the question becomes, where do I put the blades? I do need where is it? Yeah, fences. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna try to round out the corners a little bit with those. And then what if I came in with, honestly? Yeah, like that. And then what if instead of that we had red? Like the red mangrove? Okay, so if we did like that, then we could probably go in with some details because it's gonna be hard to go in there for some details later. So we can easily throw, for instance, some of this trim around the base. Um, Maybe we want to curve it just a tad. Because if we curve it just a tad, then we have that, and we could probably see what kind of effect we get if we add. I don't know if that looks any good. No. Normally, I wouldn't bother with that since I'm using flashback instead of replay mod now, but no. I feel like it needs to go up by one. Because if it goes, if we come up by one, we do like that. Do like that. And then I think I would rather. I do want to do something with the bookshelves, but I'm trying not to make this section too thick. So what that's going to allow me to do is thin this out like this. And then I can bring it back down like that. There we go. See, kind of like that. That brings in some more of the red. I don't think the fence posts are doing quite what I thought they were going to do. But if we utilize... Yeah, there we go. We can do like that. And since this is where the entrance is, I suppose that is where that should be, where the blades should be. Though I think it should probably be on the other side. There we go. And if we did it on that side, then that means we can do it on this side. But what we need to do first is make sure that we've got enough or got a little texturing done. There we go. So we have a little bit of weathering right there, and then we can put some more on the inside. We'll have to go inside for that. There we go. That should do that. And then, of course, we can come out with probably the wood. Get a little bit of maybe polished tuff for the end. Of course, we can put a little bit of polished tuff elsewhere. Oh, and then we got to think about... There we go. let's see. Just do like a very simple roof here, I think. There we go. That should be a very simple roof. Nothing, nothing fancy. I think the hard part, yeah, I think the hard part is going to end up being the blades. Um, let's use, I guess, the pale oak. Let's use, um, I'm gonna use some white wool. What if I just did something simple like this? That's only two, though. Most windmills are gonna have at least three propellers. So I do have this going, right? Yeah. I'm always paranoid because I have a tendency to pause and unpause things and or pause them and forget to unpause them. There goes one, two. There goes that one. Oop, two. I think this is gonna be the best way to do four. Kind of. Um, I think proportionally, I like the four. I've just got to. Don't do that. I've just got to figure out exactly how I want to do the four. So I think I definitely want to try and connect them like this. And then I kind of need to see what they look like if I did like, oh, nope. There we go. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so now we just need to figure out thickness, which I think I'm just gonna start by thickening up. You know what? If I did the underside instead, then I think that would actually. Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, that does exactly what I thought it would do. And now, what if, um, I think I actually do want to use like that, and then what if I went in with some what if I went in with pale oat? Like, that would thicken up the sails a little bit. I don't know if you want the sails that thick, though. This one is too short. You know what? I kinda like it. I kinda like it. That's very cute. I don't like this, however. I would like we're gonna make it a little bit taller, I think. And then if we got this, see, we can make it a slightly pointier roof. It's very cute. Very, very cute. And now if we just take our got ourselves a little bit of a walking path. Go, dude, I'm trying to work here and you're just like all up in my stuff. I think what I want to do is come in here. We need got to do ourselves where the roller is, which I think is going to be pretty simple. What we got to do is like this, and then that's where the green would go. This is a lot smaller than I thought it would be in here, but you know what? It just means there is far less for me to have to try and terraform about. And it also means that next time I build something like this, I need to definitely um think a little bit wee hard. Can you, Mr. Wandy sir, I would appreciate it if you didn't do such things. Um, um, you know what? Where is the yeah, the grindstone. If you do something like that, something kind of like this, and then interestingly enough, if we were to take, I think, yeah, polished tough, and we were to find There we go. I think that's gonna be like what are they called? Like, bearings. So we could do something very similar right here as well, where you honestly, I think the bricks would be better. No, don't do that. As actually it turns out okay. And then basically you create a round bearing situation and then you attach it to the walls of the thing. So that way it so that way yeah, there we go. So now we can just work on the inside just a tad, not much. And then if we just go to our lighting sources, we can use what kind of lighting do we use around here? Yeah, we literally just used just throw a couple of these in here. There we go. Do we think I mean, to be fair, we could probably make the wings here bigger. I think we're going to increase it by 2. If we increase it by 2, mm, we're just going to increase it by 1. Increase it by 1. There we go. It's crazy how just one segment can make things look better. It's absolutely crazy to me how that works. But I think honestly, I think it's cute. I like it. It's very cute. I think yeah, it's kind of like a double practice to try to make things look like it belongs in an area. And I think we've accomplished it. I think we've accomplished kind of what we're going for here. I just want to go through and maybe add a couple extra little bits of the detail. Ah, like that. And then we do like that. Kind of like that. I feel like at this point I'm just adding too many details and that tells me that I'm probably done with this build. Um So since that's the case, I'm just gonna add some lighting. There you go. Gonna hang some lights from it so it's a nice and lit up. And I think that's got it. I think that is our windmill. Very cute. It didn't take very long to build either. Now I could go back in and do some texturing, but I don't want to do a lot on the stone bits. Maybe I can go in with a little bit. Maybe I just want to put like a little bit of black behind the pokey bits. Yeah, like just behind the spiky bits. Yeah, I'm putting a little bit. I think like it's not really even detailing so much as just adding a like just enough contrast to certain parts behind the build in order to help make parts of it pop. And I think that did it. And then I can find a couple places like this. There we go. All right. I could do like this instead. Oh, and there's nighttime. There we go. All right. I think that's done that. I hope you have a lovely day. And no, let me check. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, one is slightly longer. I'm such an I'm such an idiot. I thought I saw something. There we go. Now they're the same size. I thought it looked a little bit disproportionate. Three, one, two, three, one, two, three, one, two, three. Okay. All right. Well, that took a little bit longer than I thought it would. Mostly because scale. But if we come out a little bit, look at that. Oh, it fits into the area kind of cutely. Oh, I like that. That's very cute. And then we have plenty of space to fix this out a little bit and maybe add in some wheat fields around it just to kind of nestle it into the territory a little bit. I do want things to feel a little bit more connected than they do now. Right now, even though we have paths everywhere, it does feel very spaced out. So I'm trying not to space things out too much. But there are some spots where things just they just have to go. Also, if anyone is interested and they see this, this is what I did with the Japanese style hobbit hole. There are definitely some things like some builds here that I want to go back and revamp over time as I learn new things. But overall, I'm very happy with what I've done so far and what I've accomplished. I can't really decide what my favorite thing I've built yet is. Actually, I think it has to be the Throngler. But yeah. I hope you have a good night, a good time, and thanks for seeing this whenever you see it. Bye bye.